It's Jin and Larry. Oh my God! And look at him. He's
got
all
the
suited
drip.
up. His
Got the
Sunday
drip.
best.
He's
ready for church, man. Oh, and Larry, I can't believe.
All right, so we're gonna see the bird. You know what's crazy? We've seen a lot more bird than wolf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From Larry this entire weekend, I feel.
It's been close, I'd say.
He's not been afraid to
close.
swap it up mid-set either, like game
Yeah.
1 Wolf, game 2 Falco, game 3 Wolf, because he wants to keep people guessing too, because while they're both space animals, they are very different in terms of like their counterplay and how you have to like approach the matchup. So I think like Larry is very comfortable swapping, and he's confident that his opponents aren't.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that proto strat that we saw at Summit 4, right? He was very content to switch between Min Min and Lucina, keep everybody on their toes. Larry taking a page out of that book, or not. Maybe he didn't even watch, but it's been working for him fairly well.
And speaking of things that work fairly well, drop down, just force the tech situation, and if your opponent doesn't get it, lovely, I got a stock.
We've been talking a lot about Jin this weekend. I think probably the player, him or Ferps, with the most question marks over their head coming into this event, right? It's like, not super familiar with these guys. How are they going to perform against some of the best in the world? Jin has some set wins and some really good game 5s, including against Spargo, #2 player in the world, by the way. So I think all the doubters have been silenced, but of course a long road ahead of them
And
today.
Jin's only going to get better, I think, as his confidence gets up. He's still, great down smash from Larry. But I think Jin has that kind of modest confidence, not the like, I'm just better than you.
Right.
And it feels like when you get those last stock, last hit scenarios, you kind of need that I'm better than you mentality. That I think a lot of the other veterans are like, I've been here a million times, I'm fine, I'm good. And I think that this event's really going to help him kind of get to that level.
Dude, this is something that Light was telling me about, actually, where like when he's playing the game, he doesn't put a name or a face to the person he's playing against. They are just another dude holding a controller. So like if he's playing Tweak, no he's not. He's playing a Diddy Kong. He's playing a Sephiroth. It does not matter. And when he does that, he doesn't respect people, so he doesn't have to worry about like giving them that extra like in-game respect that might get you killed from time to time.
I think in a perfect world, everyone tries to do that, but when you're actually in the game with them, you know, you see that tag, you see that player next to you or across from you, it can be very hard to maintain that mindset.
So if I coach you, I beat that into you first.
Physically, or?
Oh, hang on.
Hold up.
Hey, result-oriented, all right?
The confessions are coming out.
Results-oriented.
You gotta get the job done, baby.
On the couch.
I'm sitting next to him right now, babe. You want to swap seats, Max?
We got room for 3, bro.
Oh, but man, what
Up tilt's doing work here. Up tilt
Yeah.
from Jin, and then immediate up tilt bear from Larry.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing about Falco. This percentage, and in this situation, it's hard. You technically want to DI right, so you're right at the center of the stage and forces Falco to back air you towards the right, which is still going to true combo, but you have that little extra distance to essentially, like, live the move, right? So, I mean, but, again, it's so hard to play perfect in the moment every single time, and I don't even know how much experience Jin has against Falco. Falco is... I think Falco is a very good character and very relevant to the meta, but there isn't a lot of Falcos that play at top level, right?
Yeah.
So it's like to get that like Larry level practice or the Tilde level practice, it's very hard to find that.
And especially all the lower level Falcos, they have kind of really similar. They almost try to cheese you out. Like, I'm going to do a forward air, and do you know that there's a landing hitbox? You know,
Right.
I'm going to go for certain grab combos, but like it's just a DI check. Right. For a player like Larry and Tilde, like you were saying, they play you. They're like, we're good, we have tricks, we have the lame stuff, but we have more advanced stuff as well.
It's what those Japanese players were talking about on Tweak Talks earlier with, I'm a good player who also has a couple tricks up my sleeve to just like mix you and trick you.
Yeah, you got to have the gimmicks on deck, man. Fundamentals are certainly good, but at the end of the day, how are you taking that stock? How are you catching somebody off guard? It's easy to get in a rhythm and kind of figure people out from there, so you got to have something to switch it up. Like, oh, I love that.
And I feel like Larry's kind of been... Oh! Wow, great dare from Jin to catch the Phantasm back to stage.
Bro, these characters fuck each other up, by the way. I feel like both Mythra and Pyra are the perfect weight for a lot of Falco's combos. Even though, on paper, Aegis definitely wins this matchup. Jesus. Very unfortunate
Speaking
for
of these characters fucking each other up.
Yes.
Honestly, I really want to see Jin step it up in terms of recovering. Like, Jin has been doing a phenomenal job at just, like, every other phase of the game. But even last talk, we saw kind of a misspaced Mythra up B and just overshot, and Larry just hit it with the down smash, and that was a wrap. You have to line up Mythra's up B to either snap or you you have to sweet spot it, so the little hop up after you sweet spot the ledge, right? And Larry has, now that is the second stock Larry has capitalized on that. So, I mean, Jin is playing the other phases so well, but the recovery, it's so important to have that defense, right?
Yeah,
because it gives you second chances.
That one was just a God's honest mistake, man. He didn't want to go that far out, right? He would have snapped if he were closer to the ledge.
Just a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And I think one thing about players like Larry who have been around so much, edge guarding is always kind of the most traditional way to kill someone, or like the easiest way. So he doesn't mess it up. A lot of newer players are real. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of newer players,
Okay,
they'll get scared.
well,
they'll get nervous when they go for the edge guard, yeah.
Yeah, Larry's just like ice cold. He's done this a million times and he'll
Never
do it a
gets
million
nervous. Yeah, Larry.
It's kind of how you blow up newbies anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
but there's
man.
another smash attack at the ledge from Jin to just, well, the first one was a dare, but that's basically an aerial smash attack if we're being real.
Well, Max said earlier, both Mythra and Pyra have things that just destroy spacey recoveries, right? Like Illusion or Firefox or Firebird or Firewolf, right? Like, just the spacey recovery gets covered so well. I mean, even Mythra, you can just down tilt it on reaction and stuff like that, combo it into the forward smash. So you have a lot of tools here, and it's going to be really who can really push that advantage super hard in this matchup.
Oh, Larry, big combo there that actually just put him back in the lead. He was trailing by just a tiny bit. But now, oh, Jin's got to recover. A nice tech!
The follow-up, yeah, you get a grab, you get a back air. Is it enough? No, great DI coming out from Jin. Going to the right there this time. Going to be able to, no platform here.
Such a sneaky recovery right there. Larry was like, there's no way in hell you're going to do this in my face again. And Jin's like, I will.
No mix-up coming through. Larry looking for the ferret ledge to put Jin off stage again. Now, though, on the platform, and Jin just going to apply that steady pressure that Pyra has at her disposal. Great air dodge to get away, but you got to do the rinse cycle again, and you're not making it through a second time. Larry takes game number 2.
Dude, if that was Ferps, he would have stood up during the first hit of the uphill, just like causing a forward smash.
Yeah.
We got it.
Even in death, no.
Scramble situation?
He would one-hand the back air.
Oh,
like, Larry looks so composed in this scramble situation, which is just bizarre. Because there's a Pyra coming at you, and you know any button will kill you. And Larry just throwing out buttons the whole time.
Well, look at the neutral air dodge here. This is something that Spaceys like Fox, Falco, Wolf, they're so good at. You just go for the neutral air dodge into the ground. Someone does a rising aerial, and then you just reversal them, right? And, I mean, fast fallers have way less lag on their neutral air dodge coming down to the ground like that, so you're able to set up situations like this, and then he just frame traps him again. Whiff punishes the down air. Larry played that last just sequence so well.
And he's done that a lot against the, I'll call them the younger players, maybe not in terms of age, but like in terms of their experience at this level this weekend, because he knows a lot of these players, they like to just throw hitboxes at you, and especially in those situations where one of them is likely going to hit and they'll get a lot off of it. But Larry, he knows, he has that experience, and he knows that they're going to keep throwing those hitboxes, so he can just get to the ground faster than you and punish you for it.
Yep, exactly. So the next stage here, game number 3. Going to be on Town and City here. I think this stage is actually really good for Falco.
Yeah.
But both, it's hard because Pyra and Mythra kill in every direction. So honestly, like kind of any stage you go to is going to be fine, right?
Might live maybe a little bit longer here.
Well,
off the top at least?
Off the top, right. But,
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of, like, up tilt back air or up throw back air, you're going to die earlier off the edge. But Town and City is really big, so maybe Jin can just compensate with that, fighting more towards center stage and stuff like that.
Well, and the other thing that you can compensate on a big stage with is Mythra. She's so fast, she covers so much ground, so there's more space for you to land. There's less space for your opponent to land, or the exact same amount of space. So it's really like an uneven trade-off for the super speed character.
Well, I love how much Larry's been using side B as a whiff punish, right?
So
just catch those landings. It's basically a double dash stack for him.
They made it maybe a little too good. I don't know. But of course, Falco needs it, quote unquote.
Bro, you want to talk about that move being too good? You ever play Super Smash Brothers Brawl?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Larry did the same thing in that.
He had the short hop before.
You had a short hop first, yeah. I actually...
Then he would mash jab afterwards. Whoa.
I picked up
Same
L
player.
jump because of Brawl Falco.
Oh, real?
Yeah, to just do L side B and like get the lowest possible one.
I mean, that's the thing about Falco, right? All of your mobility, and that is essentially Falco's quote-unquote dash attack, because his actual dash attack is, like, really bad.
So bad.
So, essentially, you have Illusion. At least you can shield it, up smash it out of shield and stuff like that, but
The
wow.
pinball combo?
Yeah, off
Dare
the top.
up air. I feel like Larry, I don't think I would ever say like matchup checking people with Falco, but Larry's definitely matchup checking people all weekend long. He did it to Ferps, and now he's doing it to Jin. It's just, do you know how to DI this? No? Die.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting because Larry's perspective on the game is high tiers are very strong in a sense where since they're just not so popular, but they're still, in terms of relative strength, they're still really strong. You can catch so much people off guard with the matchup, and even then, Falco has good matchup, like technical matchup spreads into the entire cast as well. Plus, you get to throw that knowledge check too. That's so powerful. Yeah. In a game like Ultimate where there's so many relevant characters.
Oh, and Jin, man, him and Shuton and now Cosmos are the main purveyors of that down tilt to neutral B combo, but I've seen Cosmos even turning it around. Like if he's the one in the corner, he'll do down tilt and turn around. Ugh, so buttery.
This is 3 stocks to 1.
Yeah,
I might be the only person who likes this character.
I think it's cool.
Oh, you're rolling Pyra and Mythra?
Yeah. I think Pyra and Mythra are great.
Super cool, man.
Like, as a Xenoblade 2 enjoyer, cool character.
All right, well, I can't get behind all that.
Oh, man. Whoa. Betrayal on the couch.
Max, I thought you were with me, bro.
I thought these guys were like the wireframes. Like, they're from Smash Brothers.
The only Xenoblade 2 enjoyer in the world. I'm all alone.
No, there's a lot of people there.
No, Aaron's with me. I wish he was here.
All the weebs, man.
Hey.
Weebs unite.
All right.
Almost 3 minutes later, Jin takes a stock off of Larry. This is looking so rough right now.
Jin, though, getting something going. Like, you can definitely take a stock here on town, but Larry, he's a little wary of that.
Tried the DLC fighter packs to them right there. Just hit him with the forward smash, kill you at 50.
Right, I would have lost my shit.
Oh, no, up smash!
Snapback?
That might have been snapback there. Unfortunate for Jin.
I've never even seen a vertical snapback. And
that had to be, though, right?
Why
Because
would
in
you
what
down
universe
smash?
would you down smash?
He might be shaky a little, you know what I'm
True.
saying? Like your hands are twitching.
You're playing the Larry Lurr.
As a big, nervous guy, I understand.
Well, even some of the tilt options we've been seeing Jin do, like double down tilt on someone's shield, like right in front of them. That's another like signs of nerves. Larry is going to go ahead and close it out 3-0. But I mean, whenever you're playing, and the only reason why I can relate is when I'm playing Fox and I like double up tilt someone's shield. It's like, come on, you're essentially saying that they're. Because the first up tilt, you could have got punished, but it's just so fast, right? And then the second one is just like, okay, well, now they're ready. So things like that kind of gives tells for me, like watching a top player, like, okay, they're probably a little nervous here. They're like going for the double mash option.
Should we ask her,
like
or we let Ferbs rock?
One thing that
they're having a nice talk
one
right
thing
now.
that I do want to point out,
decide.
speaking of that talk, Jin, more so than any other player this weekend, he is aware of his status as the newbie to this level of Smash Bros. And after every single set that he has lost this weekend, he stood up and immediately asked the other person for advice. There's like no hesitation there. He's like, I want to get better. I'm here to get better.